Hi, this is Michael versus Jason 2012. This is my Wrestlemania 28 results. Sorry for taking a while for not making this video. I've been very busy this few days. I'm finally getting a chance to do this. WrestleMania 28 was better than was in my mind a little bit better than last year's WrestleMania. There was some great matches in this pay-per-view. Some surprises in this match, and some good results in these matches. I'm sure everybody saw the pre-show, Primo and Epico versus Justin Gabriel, Tyson Kidd, and against the Usos for the WWE Tag Team titles. It was on WWE.com and on YouTube. And if you guys didn't see it, it had the Tag Team Champions retain their titles. It wasn't that long. I think it could have gone longer, and that would have made up for a great tag match. I still think they should have made this match on the one of the match cards and made it longer, but oh well. Well, there was some great spots in this matchup. Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd proved they were a great tag team. They had some great moves in this match. The Usos were actually pretty good as well, but you know, the results are that Primo and Epico retained their titles. I was hoping that the Usos would win the tag titles. I mean, they've been in WWE for almost 2 years now. They have not had a tag team championship reign, and they have not held the tag titles. And I was hoping they would have won the titles, but I guess not. And I do hope they do, and I hope that WWE does not mess up with these guys like it did with some other tag teams in the past. Alright, well, WrestleMania began with no pyros, actually. I'm a little surprised. There was no big pyros for WrestleMania. It started with the World Heavyweight Championship, Daniel Bryan defending it against Sheamus. The crowd was actually booing Sheamus. I was a little surprised when Sheamus came out. Some of the crowd was booing Sheamus, which was a surprise to me. But then when Daniel Bryan came out, he got a huge cheer, and the fans, even before the show, were chanting "Yes, yes, yes." Everybody was chanting it before WrestleMania began, and then when it did begin with Daniel Bryan coming out, they kept cheering that. They kept saying yes, yes, yes. Daniel Bryan defended the title against Sheamus. What happened was a surprise to me. I thought this match was going to go a little long. Not that long, but I thought it was going to go long enough to be a great match. What surprised me was that when the referee rang the bell, Daniel Bryan asked AJ to come up to the apron. They kissed, and as soon as she got down and Daniel Bryan turned around, wham! Sheamus hit him with the bro kick and got the 1, 2, 3. This lasted like 18 seconds. I am not kidding you. This was 18 seconds, and it was over. Sheamus became the World Heavyweight Champion. I was surprised. I didn't think Sheamus would win that quickly. I knew he would win, but I didn't think he would win that quickly. I mean, even my friend was surprised. We were surprised at how fast that match was, and we were a bit disappointed. But I mean, I was laughing. I was laughing my ass off when I saw that. I mean, I like Daniel Bryan, I really do. But after all the bragging he was making, and for that to happen to him, it was funny. I actually had fun when I saw. Right there, I was there live, and I saw that happen, and it was wow. That was funny. I mean, that is the third time we've had a championship match at WrestleMania that was very short. I mean, the first one we had was Chavo versus Kane, which was like 11 seconds, I think. This match is the second shortest championship match. I mean, the first one was Chavo and Kane. This is the second, and the third is Rey Mysterio versus JBL. That one was 21 seconds. I mean, this was actually kind of funny. I actually liked it. I'm sure some of the fans didn't like it, but we have a new world champion, Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior, the Great White, is now the world heavyweight champion, and I love. That was a great. What happened? All right, so the next match was Kane versus Randy Orton, 1-on-1. This was a normal 1-on-1 match. This was like 11 minutes, I think, or 10. It was somewhat of a good match. It wasn't good like Orton's last match last year at WrestleMania against CM Punk. It did have some good moments. One of them was, Randy. Okay, well, it did have some good moments. I forgot what one of those moments were, but I do remember was one of the good moments of that match was when Kane chokeslammed Randy Orton off the top rope, off the turnbuckle, and slammed him to the mat and got the win. It was a good match. It wasn't, I guess, one of the best matches. I think the crowd was actually cheering for Kane. I think that they were cheering for Kane, and I actually was disappointed that Randy didn't win, but oh well. I guess I was wrong about this prediction, but Kane got the victory. I think this is his first WrestleMania singles match, and I think this is actually his first singles victory at WrestleMania. I don't remember, but I do know that was actually a good match for Kane. He got the win over Orton. This was somewhat of a good match. I'm not gonna say it was one of the best, but it was somewhat good. Next match, it was between Cody Rhodes and The Big Show. Cody had a new outfit, had a new outfit. It looked pretty good, and I think some of the crowd actually cheered for Cody when he came down to the ramp. And as soon as he got into the ring, we saw the blooper he had of Big Show messing up at WrestleMania, past WrestleMania matches, and man, I keep saying that Cody, I don't think he should have done that. He was making the Big Show mad, and that's what happened. I mean, when the Big Show came out, the fans cheered for him, and he dominated during a few parts of the match. He dominated. He lifted Cody outside the ring and threw him back into the ring. He then he even chopped on his chest with those big hands of his, and I could hear them. I could hear them where I was, and it was actually a pretty good match. Cody then got the advantage over Big Show. He had him down, and Cody even hit some pretty good moves during this matchup. I did like the matchup a lot. I think during the matchup the crowd was actually a bit quiet, but it was still good. During the matchup, Cody got that springboard kick, or as he called the beautiful disaster. He actually hit the Big Show with it. It didn't get the Big Show down. When he tried to go for a second time, Big Show hit him with a huge spear, and then knocked out Cody Rhodes and got the 1-2-3, and became the Intercontinental Champion for the first time, and won his first singles match at WrestleMania ever. I congratulate the Big Show on that match. He earned it, he deserved it, and the fans were cheering for him, and I'm glad Big Show won the matchup. It was one of the first, it was the second championship match to change hands, and it would be the last one. The next one was Kelly and Maria Menounos versus Beth Phoenix and Eve Torres. Man, I was not looking forward to this matchup. It wasn't interesting. It seemed kind of boring to me, but during the matchup, Kelly actually surprised a lot of fans. She got on the top rope. She went for a rolling senton, I think is how you call it, and she landed right on top of Beth Phoenix, and I thought she would have gotten the win, but she didn't. The match ended with Maria pinning Beth Phoenix and getting the 1-2-3. Like I said, it was not a good matchup. It was like 5 or 6 minutes. It wasn't good. There was some good spots with Kelly, what she did, But with Maria, it was not good. But she did get the win over Beth Phoenix for the second time, I think. Congratulations to her and Kelly. But I think they should have had a Divas Championship match for this. But oh well, it was still a good match nonetheless. The next one was the one that I liked the most. It was one of the three matches that I liked the most. It was the Undertaker versus Triple H, end of an era, Hell in the Cell match. Now, Shawn Michaels, it was a special guest referee. He came out and got a huge ovation. The fans were cheering for him. They cheered for Shawn Michaels, and behind me, some people were actually singing his theme song. I can't blame them. I mean, we haven't seen Shawn Michaels involved in a match at WrestleMania since WrestleMania 26. Undertaker and Triple H both came out not bad entrances. I like the Undertaker's, but Triple H's entrance wasn't actually that good like last year. That one was actually pretty good, but nonetheless, both of them had a great Hell in a Cell match. There was no blood, which was a disappointment, but both men had a great match. The fans were cheering for both men. During the matchup, though, I mean, Triple H was beating the hell out of Undertaker with the steel chair, just like he did last year, except Shawn Michaels got involved in the matchup to the point where he even tried to get Undertaker to stop fighting. Undertaker locked Shawn in Hell's Gate, and Triple H stopped the Undertaker. I mean, Shawn was trying to stop both men from like destroying each other. Both men pushed Shawn out of the way. They wanted to end this. It was actually pretty good. There was some good spots, including one which I thought would have ended the match. Shawn Michaels super kicked the Undertaker, and Triple H hit the pedigree. I thought it was over. Shawn was close to hitting the 3, but Undertaker kicked that, which was a shocker to a lot of people. I was shocked. My voice was gone. I couldn't even yell anymore because my throat was hurting. But eventually, Undertaker got the win. It ended with Triple H barely able to stand. He had the sledgehammer in his hand. Undertaker took the sledgehammer away, and Triple H did the DX cross chop, and Undertaker hit him with the sledgehammer, and then got the tombstone pile driver and got the win. Undertaker is 20-0. Congratulations. The end of the era is over. But after the match was actually what a lot of the fans liked. Undertaker and Shawn shook hands, and then they helped Triple H up, and they carried him up to the ramp, where all three of them hugged. The fans were clapping for them, and they deserve that clap. They deserve that clap because of how much these three men, what have they done for the WWE, what they've done for the business, and the fans. That was great what the fans did. They were clapping for them, and so did I. Those three men. There will never be another Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Undertaker. And once again, Undertaker's undefeated 20-0. I have not heard if he's actually retired yet, but if he has, this was actually a good way. He deserves that clap, along with everyone else who was involved in that match. Alright, the next match was the Team Teddy Long versus Team Johnny match. Alright, this one did have some great moments in the matchup. They had some great moments, including Booker T. When he came out, the fans cheered for him, and Booker T deserved that ovation. During the matchup, Cody, R-Truth, Kofi Kingston, and Zack Ryder, they all flew out of the ring and took out most of the men of Team Johnny. The match, when Zack Ryder got tagged in, the fans went crazy. They loved Ryder. They all cheered for Ryder, and it looked like Ryder had won the match when he took down The Miz, but Dolph Ziggler got involved, stopped the count. I thought it was over, but it wasn't. Ryder went for, had Miz down. He was gonna try to. He went for that kick to the. Went for the kick. Eve got involved. She came down with Zack Ryder. She got involved in the matchup, distracting Zack Ryder, and Miz got behind Ryder and hit the skull-crushing finale. Thus, Team Johnny won the match. I was very disappointed that Johnny won, but I guess WWE did this for some reason. I don't know why, but I was very disappointed that Team Johnny won. What I was surprised as well was that after the matchup, Eve Torres hit Ryder with a low blow in front of the team, and she walked out of the match. Walked out, and a few of us were actually chanting Hosky, but I don't think the rest of the crowd got into it. Eve hit Ryder with a kick him right in the groin. She walked out, and she waved Ryder goodbye before going to the back. It wasn't that. I wasn't very into the match. There were some great moments in that match. The next one was CM Punk versus Chris Jericho for the WWE title. Both men had great entrances. Jericho had on a new jacket, new one that lighted up. It was actually pretty good. Then Punk came out with the pyros, and he got a huge ovation. Before he came out, John Laurinaitis confronted him and told him that if CM Punk gets disqualified, he would lose the WWE title. Now, during the matchup, Jericho provoked Punk. He was trying to provoke him, trying to get him disqualified so that he can become WWE champion, to the point where Punk had a steel chair. He was going to hit Jericho. Jericho had his head down and was provoking him to do it. He was provoking him to do it. Punk realized what he was trying to do. He threw the chair away and started wrestling against Jericho. During the matchup, though, there was actually a fight going on. It wasn't wrestlers. It was some of the fans. Some of the fans were fighting, and they got escorted out of the arena. Everybody seemed to focus on that instead of the matchup, which was pretty good. Jericho and Punk, they had some great spots in the matchup. To the point where Punk actually tried to go for a hurricanrana on the top rope. Jericho caught the legs and had him in the wall of Jericho. And the fans were cheering for Jericho. They were actually cheering for him and wanted Punk to tap out. Punk would not tap out. He would lock in the Anaconda device several times until he finally got locked in, to the point where Jericho had no choice but to tap out. Punk won the matchup, and he was the winner. During the pay-per-view, Brodus Clay came out, was doing a little bit of a dance with some women as well, and also we had the Hall of Famers come out, including Edge, who got a huge ovation. As everyone probably should know, Edge cut his hair, which was a disappointment. I didn't actually almost recognize him, but nonetheless, he did cut his hair, and he got a huge cheer. The Four Horsemen as well, including Ric Flair, who was there, was a surprise to me. And, well, the fans even cheer for all of them, including Mike Tyson. Congratulations to all the Hall of Famers. They deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And finally, we get to the main event match. John Cena versus The Rock. John Cena and The Rock had two performers come out. Machine Gun Kelly, I think, was the name of the band who played for John Cena. Invincible, before he came out with a new shirt, a green shirt now. I mean, Rock is right. John Cena keeps changing his clothes, and it's kind of getting a little annoying. But nonetheless, John Cena came out with a new shirt, and he got booed. Everybody booed John Cena. Nobody was cheering for him. Fans were cheering Fruity Pebble, Boost to Asses. They were all against John Cena. Then Flo Rida came out, played Good Feeling and Wild Ones before The Rock came out, and he got huge ovation. The fans cheered for The Rock. The Rock got a huge ovation. He deserved it, and everybody was loving it. They had not seen The Rock perform at WrestleMania in nearly 8 years, and he finally came back. He was going to wrestle, and it was actually a pretty good match. During the few parts of the match, Rock actually took control of the matchup until John Cena took control of it. During the matchup, the fans, actually a few of them nearby where I was sitting, were saying Rocky sucks. Some were cheering for John Cena. It was crazy, but nonetheless, both men hit their finishers. Rock hit the rock bottom and the people's elbow. John Cena kicked out. John Cena hit the AA, I think, twice, and he had locked in the STF and almost made the Rock pass out. Almost made him pass out till the Rock was able to get to the ropes. Rock had the sharpshooter on twice on John Cena, but John Cena got to the ropes. It was back and forth. I mean, this was a crazy match. I mean, the fans loved it. Yeah, they were cheering for Rock. They were cheering for, some of the fans were cheering for Cena. They were chanting, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks." It was a lot of fun. The match ended with John Cena going for the people's elbow. Rock hit the rock bottom and got the 1, 2, 3 on John Cena. That was a great moment. I mean, I thought I saw actually a sign saying, "If Cena wins, we riot." That actually got me a little worried because John Cena almost had the victory several times. When he went for the people's elbow, I knew it was over. When he was gonna drop the elbow, Rock got up and hit the rock bottom on John Cena and got the victory. This was a great match. The fans were great. They cheered for The Rock. They cheered for a lot of the heels, including Daniel Bryan. It was fun. The pay-per-view was great. It was better than last year. It had some great matches. I'm looking forward to next year's WrestleMania. I'm not going to be there, but I am going to be probably going to watch it on pay-per-view. After the day after the pay-per-view was actually what I think a lot of the fans were surprised. I don't know if he's going to be at WrestleMania next year, but I do know is that the next night John Cena came out and wanted to shake hands with The Rock, and while he waited, who came out to the middle of the ring? None other than Brock Lesnar. I am not kidding. Brock Lesnar came back. He got a huge ovation. This was still in Miami, and Brock Lesnar got a huge ovation. He came out and the fans were cheering for him. He extended his hand to John Cena. They shook, but Brock Lesnar grabbed him and hit him with the F5. I was surprised that Brock Lesnar came out and the F5 looked as good as ever. This was great. This was great aftermath. I'm looking forward to what happens next week, and I'm looking forward to next year's WrestleMania. Well, I'm done. I hope everybody liked this video. If you didn't, I'm sorry for it not being as good as other WrestleMania 28 result videos, but at least I tried my best. See you all next time. Goodbye and take care. Later.